Alrighty, everyone. Hello, and welcome to the first day of spooky season. I've got my witch's hat, which I'm not sure if I will actually keep on for the duration of this video because, well, kind of makes it hard to sit in the seat. And so I'm having to, really lean into y'all and whatnot, and I'm not really sure how good the camera's catching this. But for the first day of Halloween, I thought I would review Bride by Hazelwood. And I will start with the disclaimer of, if you're familiar with the Omegaverse, I'm not going to go into any more detail, but it does kind of lean into that towards the end, which is not my favorite thing. But other than that, I really liked the book. I mean, I won't lie, I went into it with a lot of hesitations because, well, Hazelwood is known to do the STEMinist and really scientific. I'm like, okay, how well can beakers and lab coats translate to paranormal romance, werewolves and vampires? And the answer is surprisingly well. Okay, I'm gonna have to just tip the hat. But anyway, I think it's actually a very good book. I mean, and I'm really relieved because I have gone through, at this point, Quicksilver, Haunting Adeline, and the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and so far I've been very disappointed. And so going into Bride, I was really waiting on it to just be bad. But, Hazelwood surprised, and it is actually a very good book. I would highly recommend it, and because it is a good book, I will not spoil it. I will give some general overview of what I liked, but I will not go into a lot of plot details because I think y'all should read it for yourself. And the sequel to this, I think it's called Mate, is coming out the first week of October. I can't remember if it's the 4th or the 7th. If I look it up after this video, I will leave it somewhere above me. But anyway, so I'll start with, as I said, I didn't love the sexual direction it went. I'm not into the Omegaverse or anything like that. And in a small way, I'm like, I guess you could argue it makes sense because Hazelwood is going for a very scientific approach to vampirism and lycanthropy. In which case, for her, it is, these are not paranormal. These are groups of humans that way back in the line of evolution diverged, and so they're just a different species of human. There's a lot of political intrigue. There is a really good mystery going on. There's some great thriller action. And what I really loved the most is she was able to keep them interesting. Because normally I tend not to read vampiric love interests when they're women because it's really, the power imbalance is really hard. But that's personal preference. But in this one, it's like everything stayed nice and balanced. She was vampiric and feminine and really kind of badass in her own way with her own little quirks. I liked that her name's Misery. I like that Misery had her own personality and her own arc and all that, and I really enjoyed that. And the main guy, the werewolf, his name is Lowe, and my only complaint with that is anytime it was his name as a possessive, it was Lowe's. And I don't know about y'all, but where I'm from, Lowe's is a hardware store. So I won't lie, that occasionally threw me. But if that's my only complaint, I mean, hey, I count that as a good book. I legit read it in one afternoon. It was that good. My husband came home from work, and I'm like, baby, I love you. Dinner's on the table, but I'm going to have to ignore you because I'm 20 pages from the end. So it was that good. And I can't honestly say that a book has been that way for me for a while. And so, yeah, I really liked it. And I think y'all should read it as long as you're okay with it getting a little weird towards the end. One of my favorite things about it that actually surprised me is the how the main character Misery interacted with other women. Because usually in a romance you get either they are passing friendships, just kind of there as a garland to the story, or there's outright rivalry amongst the other women. And in this one, it's like, no, she has a legitimate best friend who she loves very deeply, without it turning into any kind of romantic aspect. It's oh, it's not fraternal. It's platonic love. There you go. I'm having to break up the thesaurus over here. Anyway, it's a very wholesome platonic love, and I enjoyed every minute of it. I don't want to get too spoilery, but but Lo has a baby sister, and at first it's a little bit of a love-hate relationship, and then it's like, it grows, and I love seeing mature relationships like that, where it's like, okay, there's more to this girl than just she's super into the guy. You know, she's got friends, she's got a protective instinct, she's got a lot going for her. And the guy himself, I really enjoy, because I just got, before that, I had done the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and then I tried to read Haunting Adeline. And while the Pumpkin Spice Cafe had kind of the gruff but borderline golden retriever boyfriend, Haunting Adeline had stalker weirdness. This guy was not quite golden retriever. He was a very masculine man. Like, he was very hardworking, very devoted, very driven. I really liked how Lo was portrayed. Once again, I won't go getting into spoilers, but it's like, he made a lot of sense. I really enjoyed his character. Granted, he did have his stupid moments for the sake of plot, but that's forgiven because, it worked within the story. And so I really liked it. When I first heard about Bride, one of my big hesitancies is the whole, oh my gosh, werewolves have green blood. I'll fully say that I'm pretty sure that was just tossed in there as a way to try to make her vampires and werewolves more different than your standard one. I really think it could have just stayed regular blood colored, but it mostly worked within the frame of the story, so I'm not even calling that a complaint. And I'll be honest, I read it so quick, there may have actually been a scientific explanation that I missed. But I liked it. It was interesting. I'm really interested to see where the second book goes. This is the first book in a hot minute when the big climax hits that I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like simultaneously trying to read as fast as I could to see what happened, and also just like so surprised and kind of frustrated that I wanted to throw the book. And it's like, I like that. It has been so long since I have read a good romance that had that much depth to it. And so I think it was a beautiful way to start out October. So I would fully recommend it. If y'all can get a hold of it, give it a shot. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. Normally I would want to do like a longer, more in-depth review, but I really seriously don't want to spoil anything about this book. I'm really curious to see where the second book goes. And personally, I really hope Allie Hazelwood leans a little more into the paranormal. I would love to see her take on other creatures and whatnot. And I'd really like to see her expand this world if she can keep this level of originality and thought into it. Because I think that is an excellent source. And I personally, because, I am a paranormal romance author. So I am trying to be a paranormal romance author. I've got one published, but I'm still learning, which is why I'm trying to read everything. But I'm really interested to see werewolves and vampires come back. I grew up with Twilight, and that was the tail end of the really good vampire werewolf era, late 90s, early aughts. If that dates me too much, I'm sorry. But it's like, I'm really interested to see the new generation's take on paranormal. And if this is what we have to look forward to, I am really excited. I can't wait to see where it's going. So go out, give this a shot. Coming up soon, I should, if I haven't already posted it, I should have my October library haul. And for this month, I probably won't lean too heavily into romance because it's October and it's like I'm really looking forward to finding some good, just atmospheric books. I won't lie, I'm a little bit of a chicken, so actual scary might not be my thing, but some good atmospheric stuff would be nice. So I will see y'all next time. Go give it a check out. Like and subscribe down below. And if you want me to read something, leave a comment. And if you want me to change anything about my format, just let me know. And I will catch y'all next time. Bye.